All right, here we go. Welcome on into another episode of So We Live in a School. Got my selfie stick so you can really see my ugly face, or hairy ugly face, however you want to say it. But yeah, today's Sunday. Yesterday was a really nice day. Me and this poor little lawnmower over here spent about 3 hours mowing because we have a big yard. A lot of grass, which we'll go take a look at in a minute. Also, I picked this up. I gotta try to get it to the garage this week because the steering is loose. But other than that and it's got a weird noise, but when it idles, but it's got plenty of power, shifts fine. So we'll see. But yeah, so outside we go to show you what all the mowing that me and that poor little red lawnmower did. And we venture through the dark kitchen because I'm not going to turn the light on. So as we come outside, and it's windy, so we're on the west side of the school, I guess we'll call it. So as I pan the camera around here, this is one section that I mowed yesterday. Pretty good sized piece. I don't know, probably backlit because it's kind of sunny-ish. But then I mowed this part over here, and then we mowed this section here. This is another pretty good section. It took me a while, just because it's back and forth, and we only have a 36-inch mower deck, and apparently we're going to have to upgrade. But so this apple tree here, we're going to have to trim some of the limbs off, or at least clip them a little bit, so that it's not a hassle. Then we got this one maple limb I'm going to trim back because it took my ear protection off when I tried to go under it. So, and we got another apple tree down there I had to do some trimming on. But yeah, so as we cruise along, it's getting there. Hopefully we'll get some more rain and get the grass to grow a little bit better. I'm gonna have to pick up a dethatcher somewhere because there's a lot of stuff underneath, so it isn't growing real well. So then we come over here. So we mowed all of this here. I mowed this on with the blade down on level 3, and it was too low. Either that or the grass was really thick. This apple tree here, I gotta trim a little bit as well. There's my fake rock covering up clean out that I got a new cap coming for. I ordered it yesterday, I think. And then there's this piece of grass. So basically, we got a lot of grass. In there, I'm gonna have to get a push mower, I think, for the smaller areas where I can't get the lawnmower. But as you can see, like I said, it's windy. Flags hung up again already. But we got some dandelions growing over there. And got some dandelions growing here. I'm gonna dismantle this thing, hopefully this week. Then we got this here, more grass. A lot of grass. gonna need a bigger lawnmower. Because when you got 2 3/4 acres and most of it's grass, 36-inch mower deck isn't gonna cut it anymore. Then we got all this grass here. Here's Clint's garden. After we got some rain last week, there was a bunch of standing water in the lower parts of it. And there's some deer tracks in there and some other stuff. A lot of worms. But as you can see, we got city deer. So, hence, we need a fence. But these blocks here is about how far he wants to make it. We'll see how we go this year. But it's going to be about the same length. It's probably, I don't know, his garden's probably a good 50 feet long. Probably more than that. So he'll be able to plant a lot of stuff. That just means we got to get more fence. Keep the city deer out, because they're a problem. They eat everything. They eat your flowers, they eat your vegetables, they eat it all. They're like animals. And yeah, so might have a lead on a wood splitter. Pretty low usage for a reasonable price. Hopefully by next week we'll know about that. That'll make the firewood process a lot easier, especially once we get that load of logs, which I have to call for. Neighbor dogs are barking. Little ankle biters. So we are now back inside. I did get rid of a chalkboard. One of the ones that was kind of beat up, painted on. Somebody came and took that. What else? That electronics place, they take that office equipment stuff that I showed you all last week. They take that free all the time. So I'll be taking the load this Friday, hopefully. Assuming I can get that done. I think that's it. I guess. I don't know. But let's see. Yeah, so basically I just mowed yesterday. It was tough. But lately I've been watching these clips a bit coming up on my Facebook feed from Rob Pitts. If you look him up, he's one of the guys that really started selling cars on eBay. Apparently he was the first person to be banned for life from eBay, which is kind of funny, but he's got a lot of cool stories. Unfortunately, he passed away in August of last year, 24. But he's got a lot of cool stories. So, a lot of junk in that picture. But one of the things he was saying is that if you get the opportunity to do something, do it. Don't wait around, because you don't know how long you got here. And he's a prime example. He did a lot of stuff. If you watch his little clips that come across, he's got great stories. They all involve cars for the most part, but they're funny stories or they're good stories with just him living his life. But The one I watched yesterday, he was talking about how you got to live life every day because you don't know how much time you got left. And yeah. So if there's something you want to do, you want to start that business, you want to take that trip, do it. Don't wait. A lot of people, they wait to do stuff and then they never get to do it. An old timer told my old man a long time ago that travel when you're young and you can enjoy it, because when you retire you may not want to do it or be able to. So with that being said, don't wait to travel till you're older or retired. Take your vacations at work. Don't just use them up or let them go back. Because, again, you don't know what you got left for time, and people miss out on a lot because they work, or they hoard their money and don't do anything with it, or they think going one state over is a big vacation. There is a lot out there for you to see and do that is outside the town, the county, or the state you live in. You don't have to go over the ocean or anything like that, but get out and do it. If you don't want to work for somebody and you want to start your own business, don't be afraid to do it. Just do it. Just don't hold anything back. And the more you can give God the glory for stuff, the happier you'll be, and you can be a witness to somebody else. Most of you know that we had the first buyer on our house fall through, and I had already given my notice at work, and I stuck to that because I knew that God had us in that situation. He already saw that come through, and we didn't lack. We kept our faith that our house was sold. And you just have to remember, stuff like that is His timing. If you make things happen, you're not, for one, if you're a Christian and you're making things happen, you're not, that glory doesn't get to go to God. That goes to you for making it happen. And chances are, it's not going to be as good as if you waited for God's timing. Did we want to move out here at the end of November? Not really. We wanted to be out here in July so that we could get everything situated before winter, not knocking on winter's door. But you know what? We came through just fine because we had faith that God would take care of us, and He did. I mean, we found a local kid to buy firewood from for a reasonable price, and he dumped it in the garage. He didn't dump it outside in the weather. He dumped it in the garage where it was dry so I could stack it inside. There was things we had to wait on because of the temperatures. But God knew that. He kept our stuff safe. The roof we just got done here, what did I tell you, 2 weeks ago? So, the roof is done. So far as I know, there's only one spot that leaks, and I got to check it out to see why. Because he sealed it up on his side. Granted, it hasn't been warm, so maybe it just needed to settle a little bit more. Either that or the pipe that it's coming from has a crack in it or something like that. I just haven't gotten a look at it. So he did his job and sealed it on his side. So now I just got to double check it. But other than that, everything else is good. So it took a little bit longer. God's timing is the best timing. I mean, we were gonna have it done, and then it snowed, and we got like 8 inches of snow, so that kind of put a damper on it for a while. And sometimes it can be frustrating, but you just have to sit back, laugh, and move on. So, and I don't know how many of y'all watch all the way through on some of these. I know some people probably don't, especially when we're sitting on the couch talking about what God's done for us and stuff like that. I know some people don't want to hear that, and that's totally cool. The purpose of this is eventually maybe y'all listen to it, and you know, we're just trying to be the best witness that we can be, and you know, you don't have to do things the way we do. We're just sharing what we've done, our stories. One of the things I think we might start doing is just basically kind of like telling stories about stuff that we've done. Not necessarily all God-related stories, but adventures we've had. I know I've had some fun ones down along the road. I mean, I'm 44 years old. I've done some wild and crazy things back in the day and gone on some cool adventures. Of course, if we talk about any of that stuff, the names and places will be changed to protect the guilty. But, you know, we can talk about, you know, our adventures fishing or hiking or stuff we've done. Road trips, stuff like that. So we might start coming to you more than once a week. And it'll just be fun stories, adventures. And not just adventures in faith or in God, but adventures that take you out of your everyday thing. You know, like the first time I went fishing in New York. That was a fun experience. Never been on a fishing trip like that before. You know, we'd gone up north, 2 hours, but it'd never been 8 hours from home to go fishing for king salmon, Stuff like that. Adventures we've had, me and the dog out in the woods running into animals, or stuff I've seen out hunting or just walking. Just stories, and just stuff like that. It doesn't always have to be about God on here. This is a channel for us, sharing with our friends and family back east, not back home, because this is home for us now. And, as we do projects, I put pictures up on Facebook, little clips, but this is going to be the main thing. So, if we do a project, like when the firewood shows up, we'll do probably just pictures of that. But this over here, this big opening, we're going to take the door that slides across and cut it down to make probably either an 8 or a whatever foot door, and then make it sliding so that it'll still close off, so that if we have heat in there, because it's a much smaller area, and a lot of the tools and stuff will be in there. But we'll try to do that. I may try to figure out how to do like time-lapse videos, so that when we're doing the firewood, I can just set the camera up and you can watch me move really, really fast while I'm doing stuff, so it looks like I'm speedy. But yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there, that don't wait to do things. If it's something you want to do, go out and do it. And I'm not saying that because I'm sick and dying or Billy Sue's sick and dying. It's just when he said that, it made a lot of sense. And I know there's people who may or may not watch, or there's people out there that they wait and wait and wait, and then they never get to do it because either they get old or, for whatever reason, you maybe even get sick and then you can't do it. You know, I saw a funny thing the other day that I forget what the first part of it was, but it was about some organization that kills people, and the bottom one, the comment, or it was what was it? What organization kills the most people? And somebody put a comment of Make-A-Wish, which I laughed at and probably shouldn't have, but that was funny to me because, Make-A-Wish gives these kids their dream before they pass away. So you take that for what it's worth. I thought it was funny. Billy Sue may not. I don't know. But get out and live your life. Have fun. Find that restaurant or that bakery and eat that food. So what? You gain a few pounds. I'm about 15, 20 pounds overweight now because I like to eat. And there's a lot of good places to eat out here. So, and it's not because I don't get exercise. I get exercise, plenty of it. I got to walk 150 feet just to use the special bathroom sometimes. And as I pick my nose. So, I don't know. Maybe that's it. But, yeah, we'll start sharing some stories of adventures we've taken. Maybe that'll produce some more people on here so we can get so we can go live. Really struggling. And it's not going to be we can probably do it in the studio once that gets done. I think it's going to be, we're supposed to be in the 60s later this week, so we can probably get to cleaning that. Maybe get that set up because I got a rocking couch or a rocking love seat, and then I got this chair next to me that just needs the arm put back on it. And I'm in my crappy green chair that we moved out here from the house that we sold. You should have seen me sitting in it. I thought I was going to go right over because I hadn't sat it in a while, and there ain't anything stopping it from going over. And we can sit out here, and you might hear some of that divorced dad rock in the background or, Christian music. But that's where we're at. Billy Sue's doing good. She didn't have anything this week, so she's a week without any infusion, and she's doing good. I don't know. I guess that's about it. Again, and take this thing. It's a 99 Jeep. It's got 32s on it. The tires alone are worth what I paid for it. The underneath is mint. It's got like the rocker panels are crispy and the bottom of the quarters are crunchy or gone. And it's got some dents and stuff, but you know what? Out here, no inspections. So we just run it like it is if we want to. Like I said, it's got some sort of weird noise. I don't know what it is. From what I could find when I was looking up the sound, it sounds like it's might be the flex plate. So probably when I get done doing this, if I feel like it, I'll lay on on some cardboard underneath and take the cover off and see if any of the bolts are loose or if it's broken. Because like I said, it's got the oil pressure is fine. Everything is good. It's got a newer water pump. It's got plenty of power. Shifts all through the gears good. The linkage works. It needs something to tighten up the steering. I'm assuming probably tie rod ends or something, because I hit a bump and the wheels were all over the place. The steering's got probably a quarter, about eighth of a turn either way of center, or it doesn't catch nothing. So that's cool. It's like driving an 80s truck, you know. You younger folks don't know what that's all about when you can move the steering wheel back and forth and it ain't touching anything. You know, you have to drive your vehicle. That doesn't have self-drive. It does have power windows and locks with a key fob thingy that works, so that's kind of cool. Once it's all fixed up, that'll probably be Clint's ride if he wants it. Still on the hunt for a pickup truck. Oh, what else? I think that's about it. I had a different plan for this video yesterday, and I wanted to do it yesterday, but I got busy. And stuff happens, and kind of forgot what I wanted to say. That's why I brought up Rob Pitts there, because that was going to be part of my thing, was just what he said in a video I got to watch yesterday. Made a lot of sense, hit home, because I was like that a while ago, long time ago, where it was just go to work every day and that's it. And you can't do that. You have to get out, you have to live. Go on vacation, you know? Get outside, live. You either got to get busy living or get busy dying. So you got to make that choice. And there is no normal life. So you can't say, I want a normal life, because there is no normal life. Just keep that in mind. I'm probably just rambling, but you might even be able to hear that echo that I got going on in here, because I'm sitting out in the corner of the gym. I didn't want to go sit in that other room, because we cleaned it and moved some stuff around, so it's not really set up for me to sit in there and talk. So I grabbed the selfie stick, went for a walk. Now I'm sitting out here. I got it resting on my knee. And then you can, it's far enough away, you see my ugly face. I think that's about it. I guess I try to get Clint's bow thing going at some point too, so he can come in here and shoot. I think that's it. I've got some tree maintenance to do, some vehicle stuff. Staying busy and just living every day to the best we can for God's glory. Or you can just live it to live your dreams out. It's better if you live for God, but that's up to you. You have free will, so you can either believe or not. That's your choice. We'd like it if you find God for yourself. We hope that the things we share, or the little teachings that we do, mean something, or hit home, and you kind of have that little bit of a spark, or a light bulb goes off that goes, maybe I should look into that a little bit more. And you can always reach out to us. We're here. I don't have cell service during the day at work, but we're here at night. We're an hour behind because we're in Central Time, so you got to take that into consideration. But we're here to talk to, ask questions, either point you in the right or the wrong direction. Oh, and last week I didn't tell y'all, but we turned on the lights here in the gym, marked down which ones went to what transformer. I think there's only 3 in here that didn't work. I don't know what kind of juice they use to heat up, but they take about 10 minutes to heat up, especially if it's colder in here. But it gets pretty bright. There's some that are super bright and some that are dull. My goal would be for those is they're just regular 110 lights. So my plan is to put some sort of LED light bulbs in there, like probably the little, either the 4 or the 8-foot ones, or something along those lines. Something that's a little bit more energy efficient. The only problem is some of them are like 25 feet up in the air, and I don't have a ladder that high. So I can reach, well, I can't even really reach the ones that are the lowest. I can stand almost on the, probably 2 rungs down from the top of the ladder, and I can change the light bulbs. But I think they still use a lot of juice. I've been doing some research, and supposedly you can change the bulbs out to LED bulbs. I just got to try to find them and see how much they are. That way we can have light out here all the time. And again, once it gets warm out here, I'm going to take the leaf blower to like half the gym, the end that's got the basketball hoop and the stage. I'm going to paint the lines. So, you know, you can play half-court basketball in here because there's no reason why you can't. It's here. Use it. But there's a lot of other projects in the works. I think that's it. And again, if you ever want to come out and visit us, help us do anything, we're here. We got an extra room, so and most of the fishing season opens next Saturday, so we're gonna try to get out and fish now that it's warmer out. First time resident fishing license, $5. So, and I'm also slowly trudging through that trapping course. I got all the videos done, so now I got to do the book part. But that should be pretty easy and straightforward. I just got to sit down and do it. I do a little bit here and there, but when you get home and eat dinner and then try to do a little bit of stuff, and then it's, 8 o'clock and it's almost bedtime, so you can get up at 10 minutes to 4 again. Doesn't leave a whole lot of time at the end of the day. And then when you're running errands on your day off, because you only work 4 days. And I did get a promotion at work. I put in for a different position, and they picked me. So starting Monday, I will be doing quality control work where I work instead of running a machine making barrels. So we'll see how we like that. And we'll go from there, onward and upward. But so from all of us out here, from the Hale family out in Hawkins, Wisconsin, God bless you all, and have a great day. We love you. Bye.